All right, shalawam. First off, I want to say all praises to Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi, bahasham Macha Kodash, double honor to our apostles and elders of GMS, and to the elect who work in sincerity and in truth, shalawam. My name is Nazar Khad. This is GMS Precepts, and this is on article from CNN Business, and it reads in the title. It says, "What Winter is coming, and restaurants are scrambling." So this article is basically saying it's funny. I had a conversation with a brother about this topic a few weeks ago. Cause right now these restaurants are able to have they're not allowed to have indoor dining. Okay. Well, that's certain states like New York and New Jersey and certain those big cities. They're not allowed to have indoor dining, right? But what they are allowed to do is have outdoor dining, right? But what are they going to do when it starts getting colder, right? And it's funny, it's ironic right now, it's pouring, raining right now. So the restaurants that have outdoor dining right now, guess what? They gotta kick those people out, or those people are just leaving because those little tents aren't strong enough or aren't conducive enough for rain. Okay, but what are they gonna do when it gets too cold to go outside? These restaurants are gonna suffer. So let me just read a little bit of this. It says, I'll just read it. It says, for months, restrictions on indoor dining have forced restaurants across the country to rely on outdoor seating to survive. But as the weather gets colder, the lifeline is going away, or that lifeline is going away, and restaurant operators are scrambling to figure out what to do next. All right. It says everybody is scared of the winter right now, said Jason Kaplan, CEO of New York-based restaurant consulting. Restaurants are still losing money regardless of delivery and takeout and outdoor dining. They're still not being profitable. So what is he saying? He's saying basically the restaurants that are allowed to stay open and are allowed to have outdoor seating, they're either losing money or just breaking even. They're not being profitable. Okay? All right? So when you count when you figure in the winter when it gets colder, you're gonna have less people that are gonna go to these restaurants, which means what? They're gonna lose even more money. It says, and they're still having problems paying rent. With outdoor dining, their losses will start mounting again. Some operators won't make it. Now, if you drive around in your city, in your local city, and you see all these closures, a lot of restaurants are closing down. Okay? But what this article is saying, even more restaurants are going to start closing. So anywhere you are, wherever you are, you know, wherever you are, the people that are watching this video, wherever you are, I'm sure you have done already. If you drive around in your city, you'll see not only restaurants are closing down, but businesses, mom and pop stores. Okay, every time I drive around, I see a new business with a for sale sign on it. Okay, all right. So this place is not looking too good. All right, and these restaurants are gonna suffer, which means the people are gonna suffer because it's the people that live in the city that work at these places. All right. So let's look at the next article. This is another one. This is from the New York Times. What does it say? Pandemic may force New York City to lay off 22,000 workers. We are running out of options here, Mayor de Blasio said, referring to the economic impact of the outbreak. That is the blunt truth. So basically, the prophecy in Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, is coming to pass, where it's going to be a lot of job loss, and starting in the winter, it's going to get a lot worse. It's going to get really, really, really bad, and it's only going to get worse. Okay, I'm gonna just read off some of these articles that I have here. Okay, well, first of all, let me go back to this. 22,000 city workers. That's a lot. Okay, why? Because the city's running out of money. Okay, I was reading one part of here. It says, We are running out of options here, the mayor said. The same morning, the state-run transit agency announced that it would suspend its much-heralded $54 billion plan to modernize the city's antiquated transportation system. The move came as a Metropolitan Transportation Authority, or the MTA. That's the city. That's the transportation. That's the authority that does, the subways and the buses. It says, well, it just says, which oversees the city subway and buses, pushed for $3.9 billion in federal emergency funds to help survive the crisis. So, despite them pushing for $3.9 billion, they're still going to lay motherfuckers off. Okay? Look at this. To be clear, this is a 4-alarm fire. It's about to be a fucking 10-alarm fire in a few weeks. All right? Because it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. Let me look at these other articles here. The fuck is this? EMS union braces for 400 possible layoffs, and city warns of firefighter cuts. So there you go. Now it's our first responders now. You see? So it's going to be a lot of closers, man. Let's see this. Let me see. All right, so this is from August 19th. This is a few days ago. Right now it's the 25th. The president of city's EMS union is bracing for hundreds of possible layoffs. And the city hall officials are warning firefighter jobs could be on the chopping block too. Mayor de Blasio is planning to send pink slips to 400 EMS personnel as part of a projected layoff of 22,000 city workers. Now, that article, as far as the 22,000 city workers being cut, that was in July, right? That was July 24th. All right. Now, from July, that was exactly a month ago. Now, from July from June. That was from June. I'm sorry. So that was 2 months ago, and that's when the pandemic just started. So from June all the way to August, 2 months ago, it hasn't gotten worse. If anything, it hasn't gotten better. If anything, it got worse. Okay. Where's that article here? So they're still going now. It says 400. I felt like it said 200 workers. Am I reading it? Am I making shit up? Anyway, 200, 400. I thought it said 200 workers. Let me go back to this article. Mayor de Blasio is looking to 400 pink slips, okay, of the first responders, okay. Now, even with the threat of a second wave of COVID, you see, now they're just telling you now it's going to be a second wave. Now that second wave, hold on. Now I remember them saying the second wave was in July. Now it's going to be. Now they're talking about the second wave like it didn't happen yet. Okay. Now, even with the threat of a second wave of COVID-19 looming and recent outbreaks in Brooklyn, de Blasio and his team at City Hall wants to balance the city's budget on our backs, eliminating some 400 EMS emergency medical responder positions and placing every New Yorker's life at risk. He estimates ambulance will take 5 to 7 minutes longer to get to emergencies. You see, so this is the destruction of the society. This is not looking good. It's looking good, but it's not looking good for you people, because you people aren't expecting this, man. Let me see. What's this? Hundreds of FDNY EMS workers could face layoffs. This is from the 19th as well. I'm going to just breeze through all these articles I have here. This is another one from Political Dog 101. This is as of today, the 25th. New York City could begin laying off hundreds of FMT and firefighters. A second wave of joblessness could be coming to cities and states across the country from budget cuts. These could be civil servants. All right, so once again, 22,000 city workers. It even says it just like the other article. Now, even with the threat of a second wave looming and 2 recent outbreaks in Brooklyn, de Blasio, blah, 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 blah. It's like the same damn article. Okay, what else we got here? This is from the Post. People, this is from the 19th. People will die. EMS union chief on NYC's plan to axe first responders. So, they're just prepping you, man. They already told you because of these cuts. All right, it's gonna take. How long did it say? Let me quote this the right way. It says 7 to what? Yeah, 7 to 15, 5 to 7 minutes longer for emergencies. That's why people will die, yai. Okay? EMS, now this is all in New York, but this is gonna start at the major cities and it's gonna trickle down. All right, people will die. EMS chief, people will die. 400 EMTs and paramedics. The head of the union responded. Blah blah. De Blasio's plan to slash 22,000 municipal workers. 3,700 EMTs and paramedics will be cut under De Blasio. Okay, and then in the midst of that, in the midst of all these cuts, in the midst of also today, everybody's going crazy about the James Blake that got shot yesterday 7 times, or Jacob Blake. Okay, it's all spiritual. He got shot 7 times, which represents completion, and his name is Jacob. Okay. And now, in the midst of all this chaos that's happening right now, you got U.S. sends. This is from RT News. U.S. sends warships to Mediterranean amid Turkey-Greece conflict. So you still got conflict happening. And guess what? The U.S. is sending warships to the Mediterranean Sea amid the Turkey and Greece conflict. Okay. All right. So I'll try to put all. I didn't really read this. I'll watch a video. I don't want to get a strike. I'm gonna put these links in the description box, and I'm gonna read up on this and see what's going on with this conflict, because I just got this last minute. But yeah, the winter is this winter, these next 4 months, because the month of August is pretty much over. September, October, November, December are gonna be a lot worse. Okay, it's gonna get bad out here. All right. All right. So, Lord willing, you brothers are edified. Until the next show. Shalawam.